Genghis Khan is known as one of the greatest conquerors in history, responsible for founding the largest contiguous land empire the world has ever seen. However, his rise to power was not without its challenges, including a failed assassination attempt early on in his reign. Today, we'll be looking at the life of this famous Mongolian warrior and finding out what really happened to him when he was poisoned. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our videos. The poisoning of Genghis Khan is a dramatic episode in the life of the legendary conqueror, but details about this event are scarce. Most of what we know comes from The Secret History of the Mongols, written by Rashid al-Din in the 13th century. According to this account, Genghis Khan was poisoned by a member of his own family, his brother Belgudai. This sets the stage for a tale of betrayal, revenge, and the lengths to which one man would go to seize power. It all began with a simple cup of milk. As the story goes, during a hunting trip, Genghis Khan fell gravely ill after drinking some milk. At the time, he was leading his armies on a campaign against the Western Zhou dynasty, a powerful force in northwest China. The year was 1209, and the young emperor had been ruling the Mongol Empire for just 5 years. His brother Bulgudi was serving as a military leader during the war. But despite his position, he harbored deep resentment towards his elder brother. When Genghis Khan fell sick, his condition worsened rapidly, leading everyone to believe that he might die. In those dire moments, his wife, Borte, who would later become the well-known Queen Borte, stepped in to save his life. She took charge, summoning the best healers in the land to tend to the ailing emperor. Despite their efforts, Genghis Khan's health continued to deteriorate, leading everyone to believe that he wouldn't make it. Meanwhile, Bulgari saw an opportunity to seize power and pounce. In a moment of weakness, he decided to administer poison to his brother, ensuring that Genghis would not survive. However, fate had other plans. While Bulgari thought he had secured his position as the new leader, he didn't anticipate the resilience of Genghis Khan. The great emperor survived the assassination attempt, much to the shock of everyone around him. As Genghis Khan recovered, he was determined to find out who was behind the plot to kill him. He wanted justice, and he wanted it swiftly. When he learned that it was his own brother who had tried to take his life, he was filled with a mix of betrayal and anger. It must have been a devastating blow to discover that someone he trusted, someone who was supposed to be by his side, had wanted him dead. But Genghis Khan was not the kind of man to let such an insult slide. He knew that his brother had acted out of pure jealousy and ambition, but that made it no less treacherous. In his eyes, Bulgari had committed a grave offense and he had to be punished. What happened next was swift and decisive. Genghis Khan, known for his quick thinking and strategic brilliance, wasted no time in dealing with the situation. He summoned Bulgari before him and confronted him with the evidence. Perhaps there was a moment of hesitation, a flicker of fear in Bulgari's eyes when he realized the jig was up. His brother knew about the plot and was ready to hold him accountable. Genghis Khan, however, wasn't interested in prolonging the agony. He had the authority to end his brother's life right then and there. But instead, he chose a different path. He sentenced Bulgari to death, but not by a swift or merciful method. No, he chose to let his own brother die slowly and painfully, left out to freeze in the open air. It was a cruel punishment, one that ensured Bulgari would suffer before passing away. Imagine being left to the mercy of the elements, exposed to the cold and unforgiving embrace of the night. It's a fate worse than death for many. And Bulgari was subjected to this torment because of his greed and ambition. This wasn't like Genghis Khan, who usually showed mercy to those who surrendered or submitted to his rule. Instead, he chose to make an example out of his brother, sending a clear message to anyone who dared to plot against him. This wasn't just about eliminating a threat. It was about instilling fear and obedience. It was a show of power. After dealing with his treacherous brother, Genghis Khan turned his attention back to the task at hand, the war against the Western Zhou dynasty. Now, you might wonder why he didn't just kill his brother quickly if he had the power to do so. Well, it's important to remember that Genghis Khan was a strategist, a man who understood the value of making an example out of his enemies. By letting Bulgaria die slowly, he sent a message not just to his brother's supporters, but to everyone within his empire and beyond. He showed them the consequences of disloyalty, and it was a warning they wouldn't soon forget. Throughout history, there have been countless instances where leaders have been betrayed by those closest to them. The poisoning of Julius Caesar by his friend Brutus, the assassination of Lincoln by John Wilkes Booth, and the list goes on. These stories serve as reminders that even in the highest positions of power, trust can be fleeting, and enemies can lurk in the most unexpected places. The story of Genghis Khan and his brother Bulgari adds another chapter to this grim reality. It shows that no matter how strong or respected a leader is, they must always be vigilant. For as history has shown, betrayal can strike even in the heart of one's own family. In the case of Genghis Khan, his survival is nothing short of miraculous. To fall gravely ill to the point where death seems imminent, only to be saved by one's wife and then recover from a deliberate poisoning attempt is a testament to his resilience and the quality of medical care he received from Borte and the summoned healers. It also speaks to the determination and strength of the Mongolian warrior, a man who went on to unite the nomadic tribes of Mongolia and forge one of the largest empires the world has ever seen. His decision to spare his brother's life, although it resulted in a cruel and slow death, shows a sense of magnanimity that is often associated with great leaders. It was a way to display his power without resorting to the same brutality that his enemies were known for. The poisoning of Genghis Khan is a stark reminder of the dangers that come with power. It's a tale of family betrayal, of the lengths to which one man would go to claim the throne, and the brutal realities of life in a world of constant warfare and shifting alliances. In the vast plains of Mongolia, where the wind carries tales of courage and conquest, the story of Genghis Khan continues to echo through the ages. His rise to power, his battles, and his legacy continue to fascinate us. And the poisoning attempt by his own brother serves as a reminder of the complexities of the man and the world he lived in. It's a story of survival, betrayal, revenge, and ultimately of the triumph of one man's will to power. Now, let's move on to the next part of the video where we'll discuss more about Genghis Khan and his empire. If you've enjoyed this segment, please give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your feedback is valuable to us and helps us create more engaging content for you. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on our latest videos. Let's continue exploring the fascinating history of one of the world's most iconic leaders. While you ponder over these questions, let's delve deeper into the life of Genghis Khan. After foiling his brother's treacherous plot, what new challenges did Genghis Khan face? How did he continue to expand his empire and shape the destiny of Mongolia and beyond? Join me as we explore further, uncovering more secrets from the legendary life of the great conqueror. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.